Attention, we are being followed. Shall I dispatch the welcoming drones?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Star Trek Adventures Ganymede, Season 2, Episode 1, The Break of Dawn. I am your production engineer, and also occasion. And without further ado, let's bring in our resident Q to introduce the crew. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we played, but I think we're all ready to get back into this. Captain, are you ready? Are you ready to begin with your log?
Yep, let me scroll down to it because I forgot to do that. Okay, yeah, ready. All right. Captain's log. Stardate 56103.4. The Ganymede has arrived back at Deep Space Arcania following the successful assault on the Dusk Machine. Our stay will be short, 2 days for resupply and crew rotation. I am hoping my crew will take this time for some shore leave as well to decompress from the strenuous circumstances. With the Steel Prince defeated and the Tall Grass region secure, the Silk Road project is sure to bring changes to this region of Federation space. Changes I am confident that the Ganymede will be front and center for.
Very good.
And we'll be right back after the opening intro, but before we do, we'd like to let our audience know that you can stick around for whenever we have a commercial break in between the session, and we'll be drawing 5, not 2, but 5 lucky winners for some Star Trek Adventures Ganymede Season 2 merch. So stick around for that. Without further ado, we'll be right back after the opening intro. Stay tuned. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back, but our GM/Q has vanished for a quick moment to address something. So we will be just waiting for them.
And back.
As if on cue, our Q is back. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
He died.
Oh no. Our Q. Q's going
It's fine, guys. I will take over from now on.
There we go. Man. My internet is just killing me tonight.
Oh, the Continuum is having issues, I guess.
Yep, there we go.
All right.
Continuum is an eternal issue. What are you talking about?
Hello, yes.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, he disconnected from.
Yeah, internet can be jerks.
Yep.
Hello?
Hello, you're
Can
back.
you hear us?
Yes, we're good.
Yeah, now I can.
Yep.
Ha! Discord hates you.
Wow. No, it's yeah, I don't know what is going on. The internet is just hang on. You know what? I'm going to one other thing I can check.
Did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?
Ha 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 ha.
Did you try snapping your
Uh,
fingers and ordering it to work?
I mean, that's legit the first thing any of our IT people always asks us whenever we're having any computer issue. And we're always like, yes, we
no,
did. I'll fix the situation.
no. I'm looking for is hang on. Oh, I can do this automatically? Oh, that's awesome. Hang
I'm
on.
squinting at you.
Do it individually? What? It says I can set the yeah. I have forced this voice channel to use US East as the server.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
If I
'Cause
die,
that
it's
might
your
help.
fault.
So
Yeah,
then
more than likely it will.
yeah. Okay. I by Jove, I think I've got it. So we're ready to begin then?
Yeah, we're already
See.
ready.
Okay. We will begin in the Shosku system. I do have to with the Ganymede at Stardock, along with a number of other vessels. And hold with me because this is going to take a little while I kind of try and populate this map.
No worries.
So
Oh
Kismet is
man,
there.
Pin's
Huh?
here. I said, oh man,
Oh,
Pin's here.
I thought the
is
kids
he?
already.
Is he
Well,
on still?
the Achilles is there.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
So all ships are currently in Stardock, along with a number of vessels that have been damaged in the fight at the Dusk Station, including, once it loads, a number of Klingon vessels that were part of the fighting. Jazz. And this will just be sort of this generic stand-in for all of them, led by their flagship, the TBE Memach.
The Memach.
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 MAY apostrophe MA capital Q.
Make sure you throw the in there.
Memach. So, the question I have is, actually, there's another ship that is also in space dock here. I'm sure I've got it. Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, look at the little baby Nova.
Yeah, but you can see It is horribly damaged. That is the USS Ecliptic, which, in your after-action reports that you've read, suffered complete structural failure.
Yeah, I thought it
It's-
blew up.
Yeah, it didn't blow up. It didn't suffer a warp core breach, but its entire superstructure was basically destroyed.
Gotcha.
So, like, it came apart. Like, the ship basically came apart. But it didn't blow up in a pretty explosion. Unfortunately, it will not be able to be completely repaired here. It's mainly just being kept here for a moment before it's brought over to Deep Space Aegis for basically a complete structural refit. This is the point in the Nova class's lifespan where the Nova does get a refit. The first ship in Starfleet to get that refit was about a year ago, the USS Hadfield. But there are a lot of Nova class ships that have been awaiting this refit, and the USS Ecliptic is next in line because its entire superstructure has to be rebuilt anyway.
It's like they say, if you want to upgrade, just total the car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I think my question for you guys is, what are you all... there is one thing that is going to happen. Dr. Cross and Commander Korn, you are going to receive requests from Deep Space Arcania for assistance with repairs, and especially you, Dr. Cross, with medical triage. There are a lot of injured Klingons. There are a lot of injured Starfleet officers.
Alrighty.
All right.
Would you each mind making me a control engineering and control medicine, respectively, difficulty of 2 each? And by the way, I'm at 10 threat.
EPS systems come to play. Jeffrey's tubes are my playground. Focuses.
I'll take your Jeffrey's tubes focus. That'll be nice.
All right.
Do I get any focuses or use any values by chance?
Let me look at your focuses. Next. I'll allow surgery because there are officers that need surgery.
Cool. Challenge dice is actually, don't worry about that. Never mind. Focus. Competition range 1, right?
Yep. Oh, and don't forget, when you have a chance, you still have to replace that prepare for the worse value and replace it with something else.
Oh, crap. That's right. I forgot about that.
So that's something you can work out when you work out.
All right. Could I buy a die with threat? Just one.
Sure. Of course you can.
All right.
No dice, no good for you, Doctor.
Guess that cautious medicine thing won't help me, will it?
Nope, you would have had to spend momentum, which you didn't have anyway. But you now
Alright,
have
cool.
there is now a momentum on the board. No, it's not so much that he lets good people die. It's just that, oh man, there are so many injured. You sort of now hear again in the after actions reports, Captain. The Klingon, the Gungnir, and the Klingon forces, both did boarding parties of the Dusk Machine to draw attention away from you. That's why from your best understanding, that's why the strike forces press into the computer core of the station went so smoothly.
Okay.
Was because the Gungnir and the Klingon forces basically threw themselves into a blender.
Are our friends still here too?
Our friends?
Yeah, our friends. The woohoo!
No. They would have. They are actually still at the Dusk Machine.
Gotcha.
Although you would know this now, Captain. It has received a new designation, the Dawn Machine.
The Dawn Machine.
It's basically a massive floating hulk right now. It's more or less inactive, but the sheer fact that it is now that it's not a destabilizing factor, but even possibly one that the Peugeot sector races can rally around, is something that has changed the balance of power in the region in a more equitable fashion.
Gotcha. So it's a monument.
Well, there's going to be a lot of, again, this is all stuff you're getting out of the reports. There's likely to be a lot of research into the preserver tech that went into making this place.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like a mixture of political site and research site and a couple other things. It's weird. It's kind of a weird. It's in a weird place right now. Stellar politically speaking.
Hmm.
So I will let the game master for the Kismet know that Korn has created an engineering advantage that due to some assistance from the Ganymede's engineering crew, there is an advantage on the table in terms of helping with the repairs of ships. So
6 teams rotating around the clock until everything's fixed.
Yep. Very good. So I think the question now is, what would you all like to do?
Since so there are wounded and stuff in there, like in the proximity, right? People that still need to be tended to.
Mhm.
Now, could I go practice my cybernetics on them? Those who need like new limbs and stuff, or
Okay. Oh, I know what I'm going to do with this.
just try and save some lives with what I can, because I know how to do so.
Yep. I hear you. So, oh, this will be interesting. I'm going to use the Ganymede sick bay for this map for the time being. This is a map. This is a medical triage place on Deep Space Arcania, but don't worry too much about that. No. So, interestingly enough, in this particular sick bay, you have found yourself dealing with specifically a Klingon officer with a cybernetic arm.
Oh shit, he's already got one. Dope.
Yeah. Very interesting. It's the arm itself was horribly damaged and will have to be completely replaced.
Is there any, like, I guess would my character know, is cybernetic considered like a handicap for us people? Like, oh, you aren't, you're weak now. Get the hell out of here. Like, do they? I don't know.
Give me a I'm gonna call this Reason Command difficulty 2. Would you like to give me any threat? Although there is a momentum on the board.
Does my open to others' beliefs values help?
You'd have to spend your determination towards the value.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy a die because I don't know if I'm gonna roll well enough.
With momentum or threat?
I'll buy it with momentum.
So Reason Command.
And no focus.
Oof. Oh, you have to roll a third die.
Yeah, you
Oh,
get one more
crap.
die.
Yep. Awesome.
What's you? Yeah, no. I'll say it's weird. It's not typical for Klingons to have cybernetics, or at least it's weird for them to have it and be part of the KDF.
Cool. Is there so I'm just fixing it, or is there anything I can do to the arm to make it better? Can I?
Right now, the main thing is you have to replace it.
Cool. Now, damn it, this is probably not cool or kosher for some people, but could I possibly give him an arm since he's Klingon? All like, is there like a Klingon dagger that they like using, or a weapon that I can kind of keep it in the arm for him?
What?
Kind of like a hidden compartment.
He wants to modify the appendage so that it has a hidden dagger in it.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
But if this isn't kosher, that's fine. I won't do it. I'm just trying to flex my legs here a little bit. Stretch my legs out.
So, here's what I'll do. Give me a Reason Medicine. I'll say this is difficulty 2 for you. And your cybernetics focus.
And then I'll buy a die with threat.
I'll take it. Then in that case, I'll increase the diff to 3.
Why you gotta do that?
Oh, nice. Hit it on the head. So, interestingly enough, you in doing a little bit of your research in regards to the Klingons and their weapons and what you're trying to put together for this, you realize that there is actually a design for this in the database of this Klingon force. It's an experimental cybernetic design created by House Rasa.
Cool. What I get?
It's you have the design and you can implement it now.
Oh hell yeah, I'll do that.
Like, the interesting thing is you didn't have to come up with this design. Someone in the Klingon Defense Force, specifically within this operational group, this Klingon group that you're dealing with, thought of this specific idea and came up with it, and already had the designs for you.
Can I get that name so I can just I just learn more about other cybernetics and their ideas and see what we can do
Yes.
collaborate if we can.
It is House Rasa, Rasa. Now I need you to give me a control medicine difficulty 2 to install said cybernetic. And that's including your reduction in difficulty that your talent gives you. Because you have what's it? The cyberneticist. Oh
Yeah,
no, actually. So actually, wait. It doesn't decrease the difficulty, so it's difficulty 3, but you automatically get another die in your pool.
Oh, cool. So I'm at 3 then without having to buy anything,
Yes.
and so I'm able to go 3 task roll, and I still can use a focus though, right?
Yep.
Because my cybernetics, cool.
Oh, and he's on a bio bed, so you actually do get a reroll.
Oh, okay, let me check.
So he's on one of these bio beds, and I just remembered that bio beds give you a reroll.
Is that, you said that's reason medicine or control medicine?
Control medicine.
Here's that reroll. And then here's that.
Did you make your initial roll? I don't
Oh no, I have
see
not.
it.
I'm sorry.
I can't. Wow. It was only difficulty 3.
Good, 6 hits.
Yeah, that's 6 hits. Yikes. Yeah, that's 3 momentum on the board.
At this point, you don't install a knife, you just install a disruptor.
Just a cannon from.
You install as well as any of the Rasa doctors. Most
Well,
at.
I hope this does you justice and does a better job protecting the future.
No,
Now is it a compartment blade or is it like a flip blade thing? I just want to know a little more about this if there's specifics.
So the way this thing works is it's effectively it's so that he does not have to so he doesn't actually have to draw it. A Klingon dagger is I can't spell it off the top of my head. It's called a diktach, and they look like. Hang on. They look like this. Oh, and sure thing, doll.
Oh, cool.
Yes, there is a reason for that, doll. And that reason being that you are in command structure. That you're command level. So unless specifically like unless it is absolutely all hands on deck, which it isn't quite right now. It's not quite there yet.
What was the name of the patient by chance?
You get to 2 people. Oh, what?
Oh, I was asking what the name of the patient was.
Mokhmer.
Look at my notes. Don't suppose I just made a friend, did I?
Best friends?
Yep.
Indifferent. It's your duty to patch up warriors like him. So, who else has stuff that they might want to do?
I mean,
Well,
I'm doing
I did
paperwork.
want to do a lengthy scene role playing Carrick meditating in silence.
Hmm.
If you're down for
So,
that. Okay.
actually,
Sweat. He's kind of beads of sweat just goes down his face, and there's a fly that lands on him. And he doesn't blink. He just continues to meditate.
He like catches it with chopsticks.
Yeah. Whoa, Caracas, Mr. Miyagi.
I just take any
Uh,
opportunity to reference Karate Kid.
No,
all.
that's fair.
It was like my favorite movie when I was a kid.
It's a good movie.
so, actually, Karak.
That's me, I'm correct.
Yeah, correct. You get a chime at your computer terminal.
Instigate this chime. Go for correct.
It appears it's a message from Deep Space Arcania in Ops.
Okay. What's it say? Or is
Excuse
it a
me.
voice message?
Is this Lieutenant Commander Karak?
It is indeed. How may I assist?
Yes. There are some guests here that are here to see you. Normally we just tell them to use the computer systems to contact you, but well, they were very stuffy about it. So very insistent. So figured reach out to you directly.
Karak raises an eyebrow and says, would you care to elaborate? Who are these guests?
Let's see, what is their name? Oh, so long. Esteemed visitors from the Vulcan Institute of Applied Psionics and Psionic Research. Yes.
As I am able to be.
Hmm?
I agree.
Ooh, great. That means I don't have to tell them no.
Yes. Where would they? Did they give a location for the meeting?
Yes, they did. Oh, well, he squints at the pad in front of him. That's not surprising. They said they wanted to meet you in the midnight watch quarter.
Karak out. So if I'm on duty, I guess I'll wait for my shift to end or request permission from my superior to depart whenever the appropriate time is.
What say you, Captain Holloway?
You're free to take some shore leave.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And while
Correct.
the GM is being right back, we'll cut to a short break to draw our first winner for the giveaway. Don't warp to the next sector. Star Trek Ganymede Season 2 will return in just a moment. ladies and gentlemen, we don't have any current people for the winner for the prize yet, as no one has purchased tickets with gems in the chat. So we'll be jumping back into the game, and you guys can do that when we have time. Thank you.
So 2 more momentum. Nice. Nice. He sighs. I'll see what I can do. I'll have my intelligence officer look into it.
Appreciate it, Gran. I'll let you go catch your shuttle.
Yeah, sorry. I have to report directly to Admiral Nia about everything that happened here. I have to explain myself.
Understand. I've been on that end of things.
Yeah, it's I can tell this is gonna be a long couple of weeks.
Well, best of luck to you then.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll see you again, but hopefully I'll be in better spirits.
Well, I hope so as well. You oughta think about growing some facial hair. Maybe it'll help you with your presence.
I don't know. Irene rather likes it.
Of course. Thank you, Captain.
Captain, and Fleet Captain Harmon Grennan departs. And it is a short time after that he gets on a runabout shuttle and departs for Deep Space Aegis, and that's a whole other can of as to what happens with that.
All right. I will.
And actually, shortly before that, I forgot to mention the Maxwell Planck actually departs.
Okay. Well,
Because there are ongoing survey in the region, and it's not generally good practice in a squadron to have all the ships in one place at one time. You usually want to spread them out in an operational area like this.
Right. Like having all the police at one area.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going. Before I make my way back to the Ganymede, are there any Klingons that are like, not injured?
Actually, yeah.
Cool. Holloway goes to drink with those Klingons.
Perfect. So you're actually going to go into the bar.
Yeah.
So I think this is the first time you've been in here. You
Yeah.
have, at least. So you walk into this bar, and interestingly enough, the bartender is Cardassian.
That's odd.
Yeah. I think this is what I want. And I will also update for all the bar patrons. Which is sort of this hodgepodge. There are a couple Starfleet officers around, a bunch of civilians. You can see there's a table of Klingons. Hell, there's even this Nausicaa in the corner. It's sort of that, it's that Quark's bar effect.
Ah, cool.
Where you got a little of everyone.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to go to the bartender. And I'm going to say, get around for everyone here.
What you paying with?
Say that again?
What you paying with?
Watto.
With my presence.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good question. Would I have Latinum?
So yeah, what usually happens in cases like this is that, Starfleet officers are given an amount, like, that they can pull from. Like, sure, there's Federation credit, but there's also, like, as a Starfleet officer, you're given an amount of Latinum, because there are situations where, like, Latinum might be necessary to accomplish a task. Like, because there are so many races that trade in it.
So I will just plop some Latinum onto the table in front of him.
Looks down at it, picks it up, and he says, that'll do.
Holloway's going to go to the Klingon table. And, how do you impress Klingons? Do I punch him?
Can we help you, Starfleet?
No, but I think I can help you. And, I'm gonna gesture at all the drinks being passed out.
Well, you certainly know how to make a good first impression.
Holloway just smiles at that in this, devious smile. That I do. May I join you?
Presence command. Difficulty 2 would have been higher, but you started this off with drinks.
Yep. Negotiation focus?
I'm gonna say no.
Inspiration?
Nice try.
I'm gonna buy a die with threat.
I'm gonna pump the difficulty back up to 3.
Then I'm gonna buy another one with momentum.
Actually, I'm at 1.
Want to drink Klingons, dang it.
You were at the Battle of the Dusk Machine, weren't you?
Was.
Yes! Take a seat. Warriors who fought alongside House Tsukita are welcome.
It is a pleasure to sit with such honorable warriors such as yourselves.
Captain, that name does ring a bell. You have heard that name before.
Oh? Where have I heard that name?
Give me reason command difficulty of 2 to see if you recall. It was a while ago.
I'm gonna give you a threat.
Okay. Oh yeah. It was a long while ago. But, you remember being a young ensign, USS Argo. You remember dealing with members of the House Tsukita.
Oh, shit. Hey,
That was a long time ago.
Oh. I say, just raising an eyebrow, as in ambassador. Can you say the name again, because it's hard to pronounce. Subsqueeze.
I will spell it in the chat.
Thank you. Klingon names.
Tsukita.
Subkita. There it is. Okay. As in ambassador Subkita.
Well, it's his son now that leads the house.
Huh.
But
what a glorious day indeed.
yes, he has raised the house to new heights. Yeah, and this Klingon across the table says, "I miss the old man, though. Such a shame. Such a shame that it took the tragedy of Bamoth for the house to reach these heights."
What happened at Bamoth?
Actually, Captain, you know this. 'Cause this was a big deal when it happened. There was a terrorist attack on the planet Bamoth. Um, a group, a conspiracy group, basically caused a entire spaceport. Think like ESD, but Klingon. And they caused it to crash into a heavily populated civilian center, killing millions.
Oh.
It was a tragedy.
That is a shame to hear that Ambassador Sipka was involved in that. He was a friend.
And I will spend 2 threat as the Klingon across the table from you, Captain, slams his fist down and says, "Yes, no thanks to that Grenin and his Parmakai, Irene Adler."
Brennan is responsible for that.
Well, and the female Klingon turns to you. He was proven innocent in a court of law. But there are many, and she shoots an icy glare at the Klingon who just had that outburst, that still blame him for what happened. For his, and she also grits her teeth, inaction.
I see. Well, Brennan, I'm sure, had his reasons.
Give me, I'm gonna spend 2 more threat. Give me
Yep.
Presence Command difficulty 4.
Yep.
You,
Oh, yeah.
You
Yep.
touched a nerve.
Yep, I did. You said difficulty 4?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a threat. I'm gonna buy a die with momentum. None of my focuses apply to this.
Although, wait, do you have diffuse the tension?
Oh, I do have diffuse attention, so I.
You do get a free 3rd die.
Woo! So yeah, I'm still buying all that.
Because this is to keep him from punching your face in.
So that would be 5 then, correct? Since I have that other one.
Well, so
Or is
you
that
get a
considered
3rd
five?
die. So you'd get a.
Oop, you're cutting out. Anybody else lose him, or is it me having bad internet?
I lost him too.
Okay.
You'd have to spend 5 resources to make it happen.
Okay. So I spent 2 momentum for another die, and then I can give you 2.
Three.
Three
You'd give me
threat.
3 threat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 threat. Why not?
In that case, I'm gonna take one of it and spend the other 2 to increase the comp range of this.
Okay, so comp range 2.
Yep.
Okay. I will re-roll that because I have bold.
This Klingon across the table just sits stewing in his anger.
Nevertheless, we are all warriors here. After a great battle, let's not fight amongst each other. I'm always a friend of the House Subkat.
You will learn to pronounce it properly. Do not worry, you.
Yeah, it's hard.
Supkita.
Supkita. Yeah. Klingons, man. Klingons.
Supkita.
Hang on. I gotta do it this way. Supkita. There we go.
Yeah, that'll help.
That'll help. All right. I am always a friend of House Supkita.
That remains to be seen.
If not for me, your house would be gone.
Bold words, Starfleeter. We'll have to see whether or not you have the actions to back them up. And the Klingon woman leaves. The Klingon woman stands up with Ming, and the two of them stand up. They get their drinks that were brought over to them, thanks to you, and they depart.
Yeah. Holloway just raises his glass as they leave and just goes kapla. It's fun. I'm gonna go back to the Ganymede now.
So, who else has anything they would like to do? Whether that be on a DSE or on the Ganymede or any of the other ships for that.
Korn is actually going to go over to the ship that needs heavy refitting and kind of assess the situation and provide any help or aid with, prepping the ship for its need for that refit, so that when it does get back to the dry dock or whatever, it will be pretty much ready to go for the refit without too much interference and stuff like that, if that's possible.
Mm-hmm. So you get over to the docking bay where the USS Ecliptic is being held in place. So you actually look out the window and you actually see it. The Ecliptic is being held in place, not with a docking clamp, I should actually clarify. It's being held in place with tractor beams.
Oh my.
Because its structure is so horribly damaged that it could not take being docked with the station.
Got it.
But you can actually see repair crews doing EVAs on it, assessing damage. Like, honestly, it's not even that repairs are happening. They're just trying to determine, God, just how bad is this?
Okay.
Like, there are no like on-duty officers on it because the entire thing is a Dark Hulk.
Got it. It's like open to space and stuff like that at this point.
Yeah. This thing was Swiss cheesed.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
I believe specifically, I believe it was Swiss cheesed by that giant psychic weapon that I didn't get to hit you guys with.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna go over and provide any like consultative assistance or ideas. Or he's gonna actually go look for the main engineer who's in charge of that vessel, or their assistant engineer if the main engineer is not available, and kind of just shoot the breeze with them at the bar. Discuss, concepts for, improving morale and stuff.
Yeah. I got to check a thing.
Sure.
Because I wasn't the one who did this. Hang on. Because I wasn't the one who did stuff with the Ecliptic. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna spend 2 threat.
All right. 2 threat. 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 2 th
You actually approach a I know I had it. Where is it? Ah, this is gonna kill me. You approach an officer, uh, just a lieutenant. Actually, no. You know what? I can use the same token because I didn't do anything with them. Uh, just gotta pull up the bar and copy the token. You see a lieutenant, looking over a pad. And she's talking to other Starfleet engineers, many of whom either have NCO badges or are ensigns.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. May I join you?
Oh, Lieutenant Commander. Yes. Sorry. I've just had a lot thrown on my plate. I've just had a lot thrown on my plate lately, I believe is the human expression.
It is, yes. He pulls up a chair and sits down. I hear your ship is taking a beating out there.
Indeed. Even I only recently became aware of how damaged it was.
If there's anything I can do for you and your crew to assist with the...
I'm currently in the process of organizing what remains of uh, our ship's engineering staff.
I see.
I've found myself in the position of chief engineer a bit sooner than I anticipated.
Well, if there's anything you need me to show you, I've had some experience in the inner workings of some ships. Looking over at the Ganymede out the window.
You are an engineer on board the Ganymede, I take it?
Yes, Chief Engineer, Commander Korn, at your service.
Ah, I see. I am Sirok.
Pleasure to meet you.
Sirrok.
Okay. Do you mind if I get you a drink, Lieutenant?
I'm afraid that would be most inappropriate at this time, especially given how much work there is to be done.
I see, yes. Well, if you need anything from me or my team, just let me know. And he goes up to the bar and orders a drink for himself.
Oh no, I'll clarify. I know it's the same image. This is not at the bar. This is.
Oh, okay, at the ship or something?
Yeah, this is in one of the promenades of the station.
Got it. He goes to the nearby replicator and just gets something to drink from the replicator.
Yeah.
And a bowl of sushi. With some
Very
chopsticks.
good. Nice choice.
He sits down and just kind of eats casually and kind of just listens to the conversation as he's eating, trying not to be too much of a nuisance.
Could you give me an insight command roll difficulty of 2?
Insight command roll? Sure. Give me a moment. Insight command difficulty 2, you said, right?
Yeah.
Linguistics. I'm just trying to look at my focuses. I don't believe any one of them apply at this time. Transporters, replicators, no. Inspiration, I'm assuming not.
No, none of those.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm gonna buy a die
Would you like
with momentum.
Okay.
Right. And I'm going to roll.
Oh, nice. Just roll a 1. Awesome. You get that momentum back.
Yep.
As Korn, it becomes clear to you with the way that this Vulcan officer is conducting herself. She's clearly performing the duties of chief engineer of a ship. Because these are the
Yep.
actions one takes when one is the chief engineer of a ship that's undergoing massive repairs, and you have to coordinate with a lot of people. That was easy enough to pick up on.
Yes.
The thing that you notice, though, is that under the Vulcan calm and composure is someone who is new to this.
They are like internally panicking, I can tell.
That because they are new to the position of chief engineer. Like extremely new.
Yep. Commander Korn is going to he's actually going to kind of bring up a situation that happened in the past in his own team to kind of lighten the mood and like relieve the stress with her. And say, engineering and stuff like that is not all that hard. Yes, I mean, I understand you have to negotiate your teams, you have to trust me, I understand it's a lot of micromanaging, but there's also some good in it. And he kind of goes to this long-winded story of like one of the engineers on his team, Engineer X, we'll just say, was having problems in one of the Jeffrey's tubes repairing a EPS conduit, and was also fairly new, and he had to show them and teach them, and then they kind of bonded together and was part of the team. I don't want to have to go into too much of the roleplay nitty gritty because I don't know what that would be, but like story.
Presence command difficulty 2.
Presence command difficulty 2. All right. I'm going to buy a die with momentum again. And I'm assuming inspiration focus does not come into play.
I will allow that. Yeah,
Okay.
That's perfect.
All right.
Ooh, nice. You get the momentum back again.
Yep.
I will take your advice to heart, although I believe the circumstances I find myself in are vastly different from the ones you have described. You see, Lieutenant Commander, I only recently became the chief engineer of the USS Ecliptic, and that is because the previous chief engineer died during the assault on the Dusk engine.
He takes a long breath, and he says, I understand your situation, and I give my condolences to you and your fellow officers who have fallen in the line of duty. But I do understand that with every Starfleet officer and Starfleet in general, you must pick up the pieces and keep moving on, regardless of the situation. I believe you are a fine officer to do just that.
Thank you, Lieutenant Commander.
You're very welcome, Lieutenant. He finishes his meal and gets up and says, I do mean, if you need anything at all from the Ganymede, just give me a ring. and he heads on his way.
Very nice. So who else is there? Commander Dahl, is there anything you're doing right now?
Probably overseeing the shuttle bay, making sure the ship doesn't spontaneously combust while Captain Zach Holloway is actually taking a little time to go do his thing.
So, as you are doing that, Dahl, a an NCO out of the science department approaches you. Commander Dahl,
Yes?
I have some crew transfers here for you to look over. Looks like we're getting some fresh recruits into the science department and con department, mainly off the USS Ecliptic.
Wonderful news.
So, if you could just sign off on these, and, well, I know you're head of the department, so, if you could just, come down at some point, help orient the new members of the department. We are thinking of moving the monthly departmental meeting, a bit earlier to accommodate the new officers.
Actually sounds like a good plan. I'll take a look over these. Is there anything else pressing that I can help with?
That's it for now. I see you've got your hands full, Commander.
I'm never
Good day.
too busy for my crew, so good day.
And he salutes you and leaves. I think now would be a good time to go to Karak, who is going to Midnight Watch Quarter.
Oh my.
As you
Is,
arrive,
What is oh my. What is midnight what'd you call it?
the Midnight Watch Quarter.
What is this? Are there like murals of cloaks and daggers on the walls?
So, I will find the symbol for you. Because I use this for because this is what's used for anyone who's a member. There are people walking around, various appearance, various dress. They're clearly not Starfleet, but each one of them wears a badge with this emblem on it. And if you could give me a reason command, difficulty 2, you do have a focus.
Right. I need like a members only jacket with the symbol on it. You say reason and command?
Mhm.
Did you look at my character sheet to find my worst possible options?
Yeah.
No, that'd be reason con. Or press con. Alright. What's the diff? 2?
2. And you do have a focus.
Oh, okay. I will buy a die with momentum. I will
You generate a momentum, huh?
quash
Would you
that.
like to quash that? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for the
As
momentum spent.
yeah, now that you think about it, you remember hearing about this, especially because remember there are other people of the Ganymede who ran into these guys last time they were on station. Um, the Midnight Watch is a private entity. It's an organization of members, and their entire belief is that of furthering study of psionics. There was a time where they were once considered to be an outlaw group. They were considered to be a dangerous group that, so to speak.
Back
But
before. Sorry, go ahead.
but they have since I don't want to say been exonerated, but they've sort of come out of the shadows and started operating in the open now, specifically with what is here on Deep Space. Well, what's here on Deep Space Arcania is the Midnight Quarter, which is an official part of the station that the Midnight Watch operates out of, and that was a big step for them in gaining gaining legitimacy.
Is this like T'Pol's uh, mind meld arc on Enterprise? All right, but you say these guys are Vulcan scientists?
Well, so these
on that?
people around you, no, these people are not Vulcan. They just happen to. They're all people who are members of this watch. You don't even necessarily have to be psychic to be a member of the watch.
Okay.
You just have to believe in their cause and their goal of furthering psionic research and psionic understanding. Like to give a specific example of something like that, the doctor on the Kismet is not psychic, but she's a member of the Watch because she does a lot of psionic research.
That's cool. Well, I'll I don't know, chime the door or step in, whatever I'm supposed to do, and then I'll just stand there and look around.
So yes, the door you were asked to go to is over here. So women. One seems to be maybe around your age. The other one is considerably older.
I'll give him a little Vulcan salute.
And they both return it. Lieutenant Commander Karak? I am Tomo, and this is and this is just had it. And this is Anez. Or Anes.
Maybe assistance.
No, it is our understanding that you recently encountered a fascinating psychic phenomenon.
Out of character question, real quick. Is that information public knowledge about our mission, or is that not public knowledge? Meaning, like, was that like something that people could access easily, or are these people in the know more than they should be?
You can give me a. You can give me reason, security, difficulty of 2.
Alrighty. I'll do I have a focus that applies?
Let me look. No, you do not.
Alright. I'll use my new talent Colinar to give myself a focus. Oh wait, whoops.
What? Wrong one.
I know I was making I made a huge mistake joke. Alright. I'll buy a die with threat.
Alrighty, I'll take it. I'm not immediately throwing it back at you. You succeed. Those reports weren't. They weren't confidential. It's not like they were top secret information or anything that no one's supposed to know. But it is interesting how they were able to find out about it so fast and just be out here.
Yeah. So I'll kind of like raise an eyebrow and cock my head a bit and say, and how did you come about this information?
We are always looking into matters of psionic importance, especially in how it may affect the Vulcan way of life. Between the plague last year on Beta Z and the discovery of numerous psionic species out in this region of space, it was decided that the institution should send a couple of its researchers out this way. We already had contacts within the Midnight Watch, and so a deal was struck. Oh, did you miss all of that? Or no, it was dog.
Oh, I heard it.
Okay.
Just transferred to the car. Sorry.
Well, please,
It
if you'll.
it was shortly before our arrival that we became aware of your situation.
I see. If you'll excuse me and indulge me, that doesn't quite answer my question.
We have our concerns about the nature in which you have achieved this psionic emotional control.
I'll file
It's-
I'll file these guys under KG, then, and continue listening.
It is normal for a Vulcan to undergo years of training to suppress their emotions. However, you, in short order, managed to have it done entirely artificially. To have your mind opened to psionic potential that is somewhat outside of the scope of our species.
Slapping Carrick in the face with all their hidden insults.
Yeah,
Well,
this is the episode where it's just all Vulcans because the prosthetics department got a deal on the prosthetic ears.
it was like right after Lord of the Rings finished filming, so they got the ears on discount.
Yeah.
So the way Carrick sees it anyway is he spent years on Vulcan studying and working towards this, although he did not achieve it at that time. He doesn't see it as something that he was just given freely. He sees it as though he's worked to achieve this, and this helped him unlock it. But he'll indulge them for sake of politeness and just kind of nod along.
We wish to keep in touch and keep an eye on you. We do not know what effects this illumination might have on this Vulcan physiology.
Can I like insight them or something to see if they have some sort of hidden agenda, or if they're just being like, I mean, does it seem like they're being cagey, or am I just being overly suspicious, as Karak is prone to do?
Go ahead. Give me that insight security. Or, sorry, insight command. Insight command. And they resist with presence command. Spend it for a third die. And gets an assist.
Does composure apply?
No.
Right. How about trait psionic or Vulcan?
No, and no.
All right. Martial arts it is. I will buy one die with momentum and a second die with threat.
Okay. I take 2 threat.
And I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, I rolled.
Well, there you go. That's what I got.
They seem genuine enough. I mean, they're going about it in, standard Vulcan coldness. Quite likely that at least one of them has done Kolinar.
Well, maybe they are really just interested in the data.
Hmm.
Are they members of Starfleet, can I tell, or are they not?
No, they're not wearing Starfleet uniforms. They're in civilian garb. Or they're in, specifically their clothing is very Vulcan.
And they said they were with the Vulcan Science Academy?
No, I will write it again. I believe this is what I said it was.
I was just hearing what I wanted to hear.
What is correct science?
Too.
Ah, okay.
I've debated often evening out my engineering and science to both 3s, but I see him as like being able to like do repairs and stuff on the weapon systems and whatnot.
There you go, correct. In the Ganymede chat.
Okay.
That momentum was used, correct? Sorry, Discord was being real janky on me.
That's some good jank.
Is this a real thing? Is it something I could research?
Yeah, you could. I mean, not at this exact moment. At least
like,
you couldn't do. I'll say you've heard of it, but you currently aren't in a position to just like walk over to a terminal and say,
sure, I just hold up
"Tell
a
me
finger
about the
and be like,
Vulcan
I'll be right back."
Institution for Applied Psionics and Psionic Research right in front of them.
Yeah, I know. I just meant like, is it
Vulcan
something that's
Section
possible
31.
Oh yes.
It's something like that's not a Section 31 exactly. I was just making sure it was something that was in the public domain and not a secret.
Yes. Oh no. It's a thing that exists.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's existed. I mean, it's existed for a while. I mean, a Vulcan academic place to study psionics. Yeah, that's something that's been in the Vulcan culture for a while.
All right. So After all that, that's his what he's thinking about this whole time is like they're talking. He's thinking about like, are these people legit? Well, he says, I am willing to share data. That's what they get after all that.
Hmm. Very good. We will be in touch to coordinate between you and, hopefully, if possible, your chief medical officer to keep us apprised if any abnormal psionic events occur. The institution is very interested to see what comes of you.
He just raises an eyebrow.
That will be all, Lieutenant Commander.
No, uh, I'll try to like I'm kind of looking around this place on my way out just to see if I see anything interesting that stands out. But other than that, I'll just head back.
Very good. Anything else anyone would like to take a crack at?
I'm just going back to my command on the Ganymede.
Very good.
Klingons mission completed.
Yeah, sorry. It's always it's funny to me to roleplay this character because like everything he says is like he's very laconic, so it's like very like there's not a lot of RP to it. It seems like, but I think it's fun.
It's fun to watch.
Cool.
Commander Dahl.
Yes.
You are just now arriving at Main Science Lab 1.
Yay, I get to meet the newbies.
Indeed. Indeed, you do. So yeah, you arrive at the door to the science lab.
Okay, presumably I've had time to at least give a cursory inspection as to who is, or more thorough reading as to who is being transferred. And just so I'm clear as a player, where are they transferring from? And is this a good thing or a sad thing?
Ah, very good. Insight Command, difficulty 1.
A focus yes or focus no?
Let me look. Let me look at your sheet.
I veto biology. Team dynamics.
I will actually allow team dynamics.
Woohoo!
Very good. These officers have part of the reason that it's so much of it is science officers specifically is because a lot of them are being transferred in off of the USS Ecliptic.
I remember the word, but as a player, I'm not sure what that is.
The USS Ecliptic is the Nova class that just got obliterated.
Oof. So it is a sad thing they're transferring here. Got it. So at least that gives me a better idea. I wanted to be sure as a player. So Kara would absolutely be in more of a sober mood rather than a cheerful, happy-go-lucky. Because, yeah, they just lost their ship. But there's always a space in Starfleet for everybody. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we certainly need them.
And then, so you're gonna enter, I assume.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe it. They have an atom spectralizer Mark 7. I cannot believe it. Yeah, we didn't even have one of these on the Ecliptic.
Okay, Kara does grin at that. It's cute to see.
As you see, two officers, one Denobulan, one Trill.
Our science department is quite well taken care of.
Hmm?
Kara says this in character. Our science department is quite well taken care of.
And the two of them look over their shoulder. You must be Commander Dahl.
I am. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
The Trill steps forward. Order Prolone. Ensign Prolone. And I'll post that in enemy chat.
Ensign Furlong, welcome to the Ganymede. She offers her hand.
And he gladly shakes it.
And she looks to the other Trill officer expectantly.
Or
That's
not
fine.
Trill, Denobulan.
Denobulan, sorry. Oh, so he's the Trill. Got it.
Yeah. This guy's the Trill, this guy's the Denobulan. Or, sorry, Trill, Denobulan. Ensign Cup, reporting. And he grins wide and he does that thing that Denobulans can do where they give the big grin.
Kara also offers her hand. And I can't quite. Discord's crackling because we are going through a arma of a hurricane at the moment in the car. Kara would definitely catch his last name though and greet him as Ensign Bill and name here. Also a pleasure to have you on board. I wish your transfers were under better circumstances, but we certainly need your help here on the Ganymede.
Well, we're happy to do anything we can. We're just glad to be able to get back to research. And I will say, by the by, you are more than welcome to determine what kind of scientists these two are.
What kind are they?
Huh? No, I'm leaving that to your discretion.
He's letting you designate the NPCs.
Oh, well, I am unsure as a player what we actually need. Kara is far more. Kara lives the life 24/7. I live the life once a week.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything specific right now, I'm just saying you're welcome to designate these guys.
Excellent. Well, if they're as excited about our equipment as I was looking at it when I first got on board, we'll do fine.
And Lieutenant McConnell looks at you, Commander, and says, "Oh, don't worry. I've been giving them the rundown, best of my ability."
Well, that ability is far more than adequate. I appreciate your help, Jason.
Yeah. Is there anything you need, Commander?
Not in the immediate. Is there anything I can do to assist any of you at this time?
Well, frankly, I think these two here, and he looks over at them, should finish getting their bags moved on. But we wanted to check out all the labs first. Yeah.
Kara actually does chuckle. There'll be plenty of time for that. They're not going anywhere without you, so don't worry.
Alrighty. Fine.
I love that they're the artypical like science geeks. It's great.
Well, Kara is
Yeah.
at the base.
Yeah, let's go, cop. Yep. And they sort of bumble their way out of the science lab.
Kara looks amused and she looks back at Jason. Pretty confident you've got this, but is there anything that I can do to help out? She looks around.
I think I've got this. You just do the paperwork on your end, and I'll take care of the managerial stuff.
Paperwork.
Paperwork.
Well, at least I
And
can
he
spare
walks
you
over
that.
to the other terminal. Lower deckers. Yep. So, Captain, actually, you said you were heading off of DSE towards the Ganymede, right?
Yeah, I'm going back aboard.
Okay. So before you get back, I'm gonna run a scene real quick.
Oh, that's intimidating. I don't like that.
As you are walking down the hall. You enter this room, and down at the end of the hall, approaching a turbo lift, you see a familiar face. One that has already left Deep Space Arcania.
The heck?
And more specifically, he's not wearing a Starfleet uniform. Let me find the outfit. Or at least the outfit that I kind of want you to picture the aesthetic for. If I can find it. Is probably it. Yeah, found it. I'm gonna post it in the Ganymede chat. Sorta like this. Just without the mask.
Oh, so he's just like, what are you doing outside of your D&D chamber?
Wow. Some suit.
Yeah. How do I want to approach that?
Too bad he can't show up out in front of the science labs.
Holloway is going to be very cautious about this. By cautious, I mean a hand is going to his phaser. Just in case. And he's just gonna use.
Yes, and duly noted, he does have, like, there is a sword at his hip.
Okay. Yeah. Stop right there.
The man turns to look at you. Sorry, have we met?
No. Yes. I don't know. Who are you?
I am Harmon Grennan.
No, you're not. Harmon Grennan just left the station.
Oh, my apologies. I think you have met my counterpart. I would go into further detail, but pardon me. My ride is here. And the turbo lift door opens, and out steps. You've seen this face before. A lieutenant commander, Bajoran. He just steps forward and he says, "Sir Grennan, we're ready." And the Grennan nods at him. He says, "Very well. Lead the way. We need to get this Quaqua situation under control as soon as possible." And the turbo lift doors close.
Yeah, I'm over this station. Holloway says out loud. So is that his clone then?
Who knows?
Order double.
I know that there was a clone involved with him. Sir Grennan. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna head back to the Ganymede.
Very good. Before we go back to the Ganymede for anything, is there anything else anyone wants to do on Deep Space Arcania?
Make sure the gardens are in working order.
Make sure what are in working order?
Their gardens. Biology, hydroponics, etc.
Yeah, they don't have much in the way of those, but yeah, you're able to go and you're able to check out their hydroponics. They're not being super maintained at this exact moment, mainly because any non-essential biology personnel are being folded in to help out with the medical department. So there are people there in like the hydroponics labs, but they're working at half capacity.
Well, if she's got any free time, she'll lend a hand.
Very, very good. That, I think, then we will meet the captain in his ready room.
I do spend a lot of time here.
Really gotta get a bigger room for that,
I
Captain.
really should like modify this room, and yeah, that's gonna be on my next to-do list, is to improve the size of my ready room, because this is
You're just too big for that room, Captain.
yeah, this is
It's really just your
pathetic.
head, though.
Was this designed for a Tellarite? Because
No, it's just the tokens.
Personal time to go to the bar and everything. You do still have so much paperwork to do.
yes, I do. I do. And I will do said paperwork while drinking black coffee with liquor mixed in it.
Of course you are.
But-
Give me reason command diff 1.
I'm gonna give you a threat.
What are the captain's thoughts on Irish coffee?
Too sweet.
You get a momentum.
Oh, that's not an Irish coffee.
Irish coffee has whiskey in it.
Irish coffee has whiskey in it, but most European countries put cream and sugar in their coffee, and Holloway is completely against that.
Good thing you got whiskey on board.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
he's good with the whiskey. Just
I mean,
black
it's,
coffee.
I mean, it's I'd definitely say it's probably a holdover from your time on the Argo. Admiral Haggard was very particular about his coffee.
Yeah, Oh, by the way, I have a name for that ambassador in my backstory, by the way. I didn't know if you saw that or not. I'll just
I-
message you that.
I'm taking some liberties and I'm adjusting that.
Okay.
If you don't mind too terribly.
That is fine. I mean, it's just the first name.
Yeah.
But yeah, just let me know what it is so I can change it in my backstory so I have a reference of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I am doing paperwork.
Wait, David Johnson? Oh, yeah. Varder is someone who can just sort of go in and out of the ocean at will. He became psychic a while ago and became aware of the ocean and can kind of just go into it whenever he wants. In fact, Karak can do that now.
Can Kara do that?
Can do what?
You can go into Karak, you can go into the ocean.
Just because you're eliminated.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
The
ocean.
That thing.
The thing.
That thing.
That thing you did.
Psionic ocean that almost murdered
remember.
Doll.
I was gonna say, can I go in it at will?
With a little bit of training, you probably could.
I've been there. I'm okay for now. I'll restrain myself.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with any of that.
How did Varder get the ability? I mean, I didn't know if the Jornsky did or not.
Probably
if you-
story reasons.
We saw him in the ocean, didn't we?
Yeah, I'll have you make a roll about that if that's something you want to look into. But for the moment, I need Captain to give me a.
I did.
Oh, hang on. You did. You were doing paperwork. Okay. So yes, you're able to basically do all the preliminary paperwork. It's easy for you because you basically followed your orders. You did the mission as you were requested to do. It's your understanding that really it's Brennan that's gonna have to answer for things because it's the Tiger Squadron that pushed for this whole operation to happen.
Oh yeah, and I understand Grennan's pain. Being on the end of a lot of animals chewing my butt.
And it's not too long after you're getting a good amount of paperwork done when your computer terminal chirps from the bridge. Captain, we have an incoming communication from Deep Space Aegis.
Deep Space Aegis. Put it through.
And who should appear on your screen but Rear Admiral Nea.
Well, we can trust her. She's Anne Hathaway. So.
You should never.
Well,
trust
I think you've met her before.
I'm looking through my notes to see if I have. Admirals. Where's my admirals? Where? I really need to organize these so much better.
I feel that.
I need to take notes from. No pun intended. I need to take notes from Kara because she's a player in my D&D game, and her notes are amazing.
Ooh, yes. Have digital and physical ones. It's fantastic.
Nerd. Okay, maybe I don't see it.
Actually,
I know we met the Vulcan one. To press, I think. To press.
Yeah. Yes. So actually, I should also clarify, it's actually not just Nea on the line.
Oh, good.
I'll move her thing off to the side. As also appearing on screen is another admiral.
Oh, he looks grumpy.
Really?
Admiral
I
Naya.
thought you didn't you or no, I'm pretty sure you met Rear Admiral Nia.
I think I remember seeing Anne Hathaway. I think we did. I don't have it written down. That's my own
Because
fault.
you visited Deep Space Aegis once before.
Yeah, we did. I'm
So
gonna write
you've
it down.
met Nea.
Can you
Huh?
spell the name for me
Uh
so I can put it in my notes
in
now?
the Ganymede.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was just my bad for not keeping notes well because
Yeah, she's a rear admiral, and you can tell by the bars on this guy's collar, he is vice admiral.
Oh. Admirals.
Captain, may I introduce you to Vice Admiral Ruthgar?
Vice Admiral.
I'll spell that again. Ruthgar.
Ruthgar. That sounds like a Viking name.
He is in charge of operations along the Gorn and Klingon fronts. Yes, I've read your reports of action against the Gorn. Rather impressive work, son.
Thank you, Admiral.
Now,
What do I owe this honor?
well, as you are well aware, recently things have been changing along the Silk Road, what with the events in the Tall Grass region. Currently, we're calling in Fleet Captain Grennan to to have a meeting with the Admiralty in person, but that's not for you to worry about.
Understood.
As it stands, we feel that you and your crew have been away from the Silk Road for long enough, pulled into the tall grasses, into the tall grasses problems more often than you should, Ruthgar says. So we're putting you back out there on the Silk Road. But given your record and your performance, we thought we'd apprise you of some of the ongoing projects along the Silk Road and get your input on where you think your crew's, your ship's resources would best be used. Now, of course, Admiralty still has the final say in ship deployment, but, well, we value your input, Captain. More than some other captains, we might say.
That Jack is taken aback at that. Okay. His eyes visibly widen.
Now,
Hey.
as it stands, let me pull up the fleet map.
Uh-huh. Fleet map.
Fleet map. Let me scroll over to where it all matters. As it stands, and let me draw the line. As it stands, the Klingon Empire is making a movement south. They've been seeing our expansion out west armward and are moving down to meet us. The efforts are being led by one House Sukita.
House Subkita.
Indeed. But that's not for you to worry about. What is of a matter of discussion is the Klingon border on the other side of tall grass. And, he highlights the border along here.
All right.
Yes. Yep.
So
Tsukita is
standard-
becoming more and more involved.
So standard patrol.
Well, that is one option. As said, the Silk Road is taking on more and more responsibility, and there are more roles that need to be filled. Now, the other question is along the Silk Road itself. The Gungnir is spearheading a new project of colony support right along the center of the Silk Road, strengthening the trade routes that lead from Deep Space 27 to the Tall Grass region.
All right.
And finally, there's, well, the southern deployment out of Deep Space Aegis. You'd be operating out of Deep Space Aegis under the auspices of Rear Admiral Nea and performing deep space exploration.
Hmm. Hmm. Admirals, all these options, I believe the Ganymede is suited for. I believe it's wise for me to not involve the Ganymede in issues with House Subkita.
Oh.
When I served aboard the Argo as a mere ensign, I was a security officer. I had saved the life of Ambassador Subkita.
We are aware of this on your record, and that's one of the reasons we considered the Ganymede for the posting. Having a captain who might be able to put himself in favorable conditions with the House Subkita would be of great benefit. They appear to be a great house that's really gunning to become even greater.
May I ask how they rose to power so quickly?
Well, if you were to ask the Klingon, if you were to ask the, if you were to ask the Empire, it would probably be because of the leader of the house, Oda Subkita, Hod Oda Subkita. And Captain, that's also a name you remember.
Yeah,
But that's a story for another day.
I see. What is the Federation's take on their rise?
Well, currently, we don't see this so much as hostile expansion. It's not expansion that is going to endanger Federation lives, and it does appear that Tiger Squadron does seem to have a plan in working alongside them. But we do think it would be prudent to keep ships along the northern border of the Southern Empire. To improve relations on that side.
I see.
maintaining relations on one side so that we still have maintaining stability on one side will make it easier to maintain stability on the other, you understand?
Well, as much as my first officer would like to, I'm sure, go on deep space exploration, the Ganymede has served well in diplomatic pursuits. I believe that we are suited for that job.
And you see Ruthgar smile. Good to hear it.
With
I'll
your,
look for.
With your
I'll
leave,
look.
the Ganymede will do it.
Yeah. I'll. I'll look forward to seeing your reports from that area. You'll be working under my auspices. Ruthgar says.
Look forward to hearing from you again, Admiral.
Very good.
When are we expected to depart?
Well, when your ship is ready and you feel that your crew has had adequate shore leave, as soon as possible.
All right. We will begin to head that way as soon as I'm confident that my crew is capable of this.
Very good, Captain. Vice Admiral Ruthgar out. Rear Admiral Nia out. And the screen goes blank.
Oh, Sukita.
Indeed.
Holloway, while the crew is enjoying a little bit of shore leave, Holloway is going to be doing a little bit of Federation archive digging on House Sukita, and back from whenever he knew the ambassador to now, and kind of what their accomplishments are, what they've done since then. What has made them such a great house.
So yeah, give me reason command. Difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computers command.
Okay. I will
If
give
you let
you.
Kara know, she'd assist you.
Oh yeah, he's gonna let her know. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Before he does that, he is going to wherever Commander Dahl is at, he's gonna say, Commander Dahl, to my ready room.
On my way, Commander. Or Captain.
As soon as she steps in, he takes a drink of his coffee. We've got new orders, Commander.
Interesting. What might they be?
We're being sent to the other end of the border with the Klingon Empire, where we are going to be serving as both, from what I understand, border patrol as well as diplomatic relations with House Sukita and the Klingon Empire.
Kara raises an eyebrow and considers this for a moment. I can definitely see the logic in that. Besides, you're one of the few captains I know that actually indulges in drink and can hold his own. You'd be suited to the task.
I appreciate that, Kara.
She grins. Any way I can help, Captain?
Yes, I'm doing some research on House Sukita. I've actually had dealings with the house when I was a young ensign. I want to see, since that day, how they kind of rose. What they were not such a great house whenever I knew them. They were moderate at best. Seems like they've grown in the last couple years. I want to see why. I want to see how, and I want to know what exploits they've accomplished, what great battles they've won. Things of that nature, things that would make Klingons revere them. if there's
So
any
something
tie
of a
with.
murder mystery.
Potentially. I'm not quite sure what we're digging into. But any assistance with research, I would gladly take that.
Absolutely. It's actually one of my fortes.
I know.
I suppose it's no strange idea to you what I spend my time on the holodeck doing, and certainly not with other people. So she shrugs. I'll get to it, Captain. Anything
Thank
else?
you. Inform the crew of our new orders. Tell them to be ready as soon as possible, but let them have another day before you inform them. Actually, let them have some shore leave.
She considers that for a moment and nods. Wise, Captain. Some of them are a bit anxious from their transition.
Yes, I hear we have new crew.
I think they'll do well. They don't seem too traumatized, at least on the
But
surface.
yes. Sounds like there are a number of things that you would like to look into, Captain. A lot of questions that have been raised.
Yes. So, reason command. I'm gonna give you a die with threat. And we're assisted by the ship, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to spend that threat and one more to increase the diff to 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I got Doll assisting me, and I've got I don't know. The ship assisting me. I think I'm okay. Maybe. All right. Let's see. None of my focuses apply. I don't think.
Mhm.
Deception, composure, inspiration, strategy, tactics, intimidation, or negotiation.
Mhm.
Okay, didn't think so. And oop.
And the ship's computers command.
Somebody roll for the ship.
Computers, command.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Hey!
That's a momentum. As yeah, you're able to pull up information on Hod Oda Subkita.
Can you put that in chat for me?
Huh?
Can you put the spelling in chat for me so I can mark that down?
Yes, actually it's a bit longer than that now. Because he is Hod Oda Jo Subkita now, because God, he just, it's that thing where the more high end you become, like the higher you get in rank, you just keep getting cooler and cooler names
Yeah.
added on.
Hold Odoju Subkita. Okay. And hold Oda, that was the name of the ambassador too, correct?
No.
No, that was different. Okay. That's so I heard it from
Well, but that's the thing. You remember Oda Subkita.
Hmm.
You remember meeting him. But that was years ago, and as I said, a story for another.
Indeed. Hold Odo Subkita. I'm gonna mark this as head of Subkita.
He technically, you could say, ascended to head of the house when the entire rest of the house was destroyed in the Bemoth planetfall disaster. His father, all the other members of the house, they all died. The only people that survived were Oda Subkita, a handful of loyal members of the house, and the lore singer for House Subkita.
Huh.
They
House
escaped.
Subkita.
Huh?
House. I'm just talking. Sorry. Trying
They
to get the name.
escaped. They managed to escape despite being hunted by those that had caused the disaster. And and out in the quiet depths of space, the house rebuilt itself and struck back and took out those that had wronged them and regained great honor. And they just kept going. And God, you'd almost have to say that it is entirely under the leadership of Oda Subkita that the house has gotten to where it is today.
Interesting.
Because he just seems to be able to rally Klingons to him like no other. Far cry from the man you knew almost 20 years ago.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Is there anything else you'd like to look into?
I want to look into Federation, our already established Federation diplomacy with House Subkita. What they're, I know that they,
I'll
I know that
take
they
that
don't
as
like
a
Grennan.
so I'll take that as a question.
Sure, I'll spend the momentum.
Yeah. Well, currently, it seems. Currently the relations also with the Federation have actually been pretty decent in recent times because the House Subkita recently reclaimed Narendra Station, which had been under occupation by a renegade splinter group of Federation, Klingon, and Romulan forces. And they were able to reclaim the station and hand it back over to the Federation, and the Federation's pretty grateful for that.
I know they don't like Grennan.
And his Parma Kai spit, Irene Adler.
Yeah, how dare you listen to Sherlock Holmes's girlfriend? That's the name of Sherlock Holmes' girlfriend.
Yes.
Irene Adler. Okay, just in case
Yeah.
nobody else knew that.
Oh yeah.
I'm giggly.
All right. All right. Well, let's you need to get some shore leave as well, Kara. That's an order.
Visiting hydroponics didn't count as shore leave?
You need more shore leave.
Well, if I have to.
Any other matters you'd like to look into?
Other threats that could potentially be in that region of space, other than run-ins with renegade Klingons.
Well, the Gorn are always big old question mark. But since your dealings with them, not too big a deal. Yes. Could I get from you a reason security assisted by the ship's computer's command? Difficulty of 2.
I'm not terrible at security. I'll give you a die for. I'll give you a threat for a die. And I'll re-roll that. I love having bold command. Nope. Okay. Thought I died for a second.
You do know that there has been some increased smuggler activity in that area.
Ooh. Okay. So criminals, smugglers, and good. So
I
we
mean,
got
that's
that.
always the way it goes, though.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Carrie, you got any more questions?
Just questions that Jack would have. She's there to help.
Trying to think of any more questions. Actually, for his own personal record, the name of that Klingon woman who commanded the other Klingons and that ship. In case he runs into them again.
Pretty sure I gave her a name, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. I will. They were with House Sukita, though.
Yes, yeah. He just wants to know the name of that ship and the name and her
Oh,
name.
you mean the big Klingon ship?
Yeah. The big Klingon ship that was from House Sukita.
Yeah, the flagship of the house is the TBE Meimach.
And you put that in chat.
Which uh, which translated from the Klingon is Omen of Battle.
Ooh, that's cool. Okay. And is she in command of that ship, or was she just another?
No. Oh,
Okay.
no.
Who's the captain
No.
of that ship?
The Meimach is the flagship of the Zhou.
Okay, so it's Horodo then. Okay.
Who, by the by, is currently in surgery
Oh, he's here.
on Deep Space Arcania, but he's not to be disturbed. He's undergoing surgery.
He's here. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's undergoing major surgery. He apparently took a major injury during the assault that he led personally.
I know, right? I'd love to have another upgrade on the Ganymede, but I use my arc for something else. Oh boy.
Who was it that was going in under surgery?
The leader of House Supkita, the guy that like led this house from like just kind of a moderate house to like a great
Not only that, when he became the head of the house when the Bemoth planetfall disaster happened.
Yeah.
He took the house from like six
Nothing.
people.
Yeah.
It's not Mockmare, is it?
Huh?
It's not Mockmare, is it?
No.
Mockmare?
The guy I worked on with his arm.
Oh no. No. That was just some House Rasa mook. Who is House Rasa is one of the is a house under Supkita.
Okay, so Rasa is with Sukita though.
Yeah, they're a lesser house and they pay fealty to Oda.
Okay.
But I mean, it's an honorable house to be under right now.
Okay. I don't think I have any more questions off the top of my head at the moment. But
Ooh, I forgot. There is one other. There is one other ship that is technically in orbit. Of DSE that I totally forgot to bring up. Hang on. Let me see if I got it. I don't have the art for it, but also in orbit of deep space Arcania is a Decorah class Marauder.
oh,
Also with House Tsukita.
okay. Yeah, I don't have any. I can't think of any more questions. So yeah, Jack's just gonna continue to look through all these files, and while Kara is ordered to go take the day off.
Good.
Um,
And so,
um,
Dr. Cross, you said there were some things you wanted to look into.
Oh, I assume we have Klingon medical procedures, just kind of in like some sort of archive, right? Like, so I can prepare for this trip
Well,
and not be
that's
like.
been a thing for a long time. The interspecies medical exchange, that's been a thing for centuries.
Okay, good. That's what I just want to make sure before I was like, oh well, you don't know these guys' anatomy, so good luck. I'm like,
Oh
okay,
no,
just want to
that's
make sure.
long since been taken care of as a as an issue. They in fact quite often even races that are like not on the best of terms with the Federation will often even sign up for the medical exchange just for the convenience of like, yeah, if it happens that we got to treat someone, yeah, we'll trade medical information in case it becomes relevant. It's for your sake as much as ours.
Cool. And if there's nothing else, I think I'm good. I don't know what else to really think of. Side note: is there any like because we were talking about ship upgrades a little bit ago? Is there anything for like a medical upgrade? I mean, I doubt there is, but just on the off chance we ever
Yeah,
get that.
there's the advanced
Yes.
there's the advanced medical bays, and what those do is it gives you a second advantage.
Oh, cool. Cool.
It gives you just another advantage that's basically just you have an advantage. You have better medical bays.
Something I'll look into later on when I get the chance to. So, cool.
All right.
and we can get that fighter. We can get that fighter before we leave Deep Space Arcania, correct?
I hope so.
Since we have the room for two size 2 shuttles now.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting?
Well, I want to get a what are they called? Brain
Runabout?
work. No, I want to get the fighter pilot, or the fighter ship.
Yeah, there's attack craft, but you can fit 2 size 2s. So why not take a runabout as well?
Yeah. I was thinking about getting a runabout also, but I was trying to think of what the Federation attack fighters are called.
I am going to spend a couple of threats, and I am going to say that your requisition of fighters is being delayed, but it does look like it's probably going to happen. But it looks like some people in the security division are debating something.
That's rude of them.
Kara's following through on a promise to Grack. Remember back to the time where we were quote unquote negotiating with that Orion captain? She said, If we make it out of this alive, I'll get you that fighter ship."
She did!
Yeah,
Oh! Yes!
that this is a promise Kara is keeping.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll definitely take one runabout with us.
Nice. Then, let me see.
So yeah, I think we'll take that one runabout, and then whenever we can get the attack fighter, that's where it's gonna go.
Yeah. Very good.
So Grat can go fly around and shoot things.
Hell yeah.
Let me double check. Okay. Anything else anyone wants to take a look at? Any other leads to follow up on?
The Bajoran possibility of what's the word here? Being telepathic for, was it barter?
Oh yeah, you want to learn how that happened?
Yeah, and if it's something that all Bajoran are able to do.
No. Okay, yeah. Give me reason medicine. Difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's computer's medicine. As
And I don't think I get a focus for this.
I do not think so. You got 2 momentum on the board.
I'll buy a die with 1 momentum, so we got some. And computer's helping me, right?
Yes, computer's medicine. Nice. Nice. That's a momentum gained. You have to read a lot of medical literature because it's almost like Varder, in becoming psychic, created a entire sub area of psionic study all on his own. It would appear that a while ago, during a mission, it events conspired to graft psychic crystals onto Varder's bones.
I remember that.
I don't suppose those crystals are easily accessible, are they?
No, actually. In fact, this race of these psychic crystalline beings called the Kashoans, were horrifically abused by people who wanted to harness their incredible power for themselves. And after that, they departed for parts unknown. They just want to be left alone now.
Cool. Keep that noted.
Although, for 2 momentum, you can learn a very interesting fact.
One you'll give me, or is it a question I need to know to ask?
No, it's just I'll give it to you. Because it'll be relevant in your research that you've been doing.
I'll do that.
You become aware, and you get access to this information as a medical professional. that the reason Oda Tsukita is undergoing surgery and undergoing medical treatment is because he fought a Klingon that was using the power of the Kashoan for his own ends, and somehow this other Klingon had managed to turn his heart into living crystal. And upon defeating his opponent in battle, Hood Oda took the man's heart out, had some kind of psychic communication with the Kashoan heart, and then the two merged.
That's fucking metal, dude.
Oda Tsukita does not screw around.
And there's no way to replicate the process or have some sort of mock version of it.
No.
Right.
Like, no one even knows how the hell it's possible. Like, there's still, like, there are questions about how the hell that even works.
I would like to share that information with Karak and Dahl, because they were in proximity of the guy and might know more about what we might encounter later on.
Saul will absolutely tell you that she saw him inside the ocean and she was the one who basically woke him up and kicked him out so that he wouldn't die. She remembers that much.
Yeah, I think she told me about that when we were doing the whole like psychoanalysis thing, make sure she was healthy and whatnot.
Yep.
Oh, that you met that you met Varder?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Was I there for that in the ocean?
It was before you showed up with Carrick.
Yeah,
That's what I thought, yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah, you kind of just ran into Varder while he was doing his own ocean thing.
Yep.
But, you know, it was no problem that he was there. He does it all the time.
And I imagine Dahl's going to pass it up to the captain, so that's...
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
AKA, Captain needs to step up his game, merge with the Psychic Crystal Heart.
Listen, I am not becoming psionic in any way.
If you did, you could
No.
certainly understand your first your first officer better.
Jack does not want to be psionic.
You could hear the whole litany of
neither
thoughts
does
goes
Brennan.
on. It would be
Don't
hilarious.
worry, you're in good company. Very good. In that case, is that everyone?
Oh man.
In which case, I think we're gonna go to the bridge for the final scene of the episode. As a bit of time has passed, but now you are ready to depart.
Where is my flyboy?
Oh, yes, right.
There we go. It does not feel complete without Grack.
I was doing things in the new Juttle Bay. Things.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Right. Everybody's had their shore leave, correct? Their ordered shore leave. Karak has had his shore leave too, right?
Yeah.
It's in order.
Yeah, he'll he spent some time on the station working.
That's not shore leave.
Well, it wasn't on the ship.
Oh my god.
He was just going over personnel files and
He's as bad as. I mean, Jack didn't have any shore leave either, but still.
Oh my, what are you? I'm a Paksha. Oh wow, fascinating.
Ensign.
Yeah, Captain.
What's your name?
I had his name written down. Was Prolon, sir. Ensign Prolon.
Ensign Prolong. Take your station.
Yes, Captain. And he sits down.
He just camps right in front of like the the window.
Kara is trying not to grin.
Where does the doctor sit in this area if he does stay here?
You can any of these like tertiary terminals you can pull up like medical. You can pull up the medical stuff on any of these aux terminals. That's supposed to be the beauty of the LCARs. Is that it can kind of be whatever you need it to be, or at least there are some terminals that can be whatever you need them to be. Whereas, like, where Karak is, yeah, that's a terminal that's set up specifically so that it's better for tactical to use. But there are definitely terminals around that can kind of just do whatever you need.
And mechanically speaking, you can actually pull terminals like your terminals, or even if you're not at your station, you can pull your terminals to that station. So
Yeah, it just increases the difficulty because you're not at your station.
Yeah, so like if Karak was in engineering and we had a random ship battle, he could pull his terminal to engineering and fight down there.
Yeah, well, he'd actually have
That
an
would be
easier time. Well, it actually wouldn't increase the difficulty for him specifically there, but that's just because he'd be doing it from main engineering, and main engineering does some wonky things mechanically. And that there's a bunch of stuff that you can just do from main engineering because that's where all the controls for them are.
But
that's neither here nor there.
But yes.
But it's like if but like Karak could pull up helm control and do it from his terminal, but it would bring up the difficulty. Because that's not a terminal meant for helm control. And the UI would be a bit funky.
Lieutenant Grack.
Sir?
Set coordinates for 28 Mark 55215.
All right, Captain.
Make it happen.
Did that play?
Yep.
There we go. And with the Ganymede, moving on to newer adventures. That is where we will end tonight's episode.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for Star Trek Ganymede Season 2, Episode 1, Break of Dawn. Before we end tonight's episode, I like to do something special for the cast that was a surprise for the end of this episode and the start of this new season. We currently have 6 cast in chat right now, in the Discord chat. I'm going to draw a number in chat, and one of our lucky cast members will receive a cast mug mailed to them from RTE Studios. So give me a moment. I'm going to roll a random die. So I'm going to roll a 6-sided die in here. And it is number 3, so let me just go down the list. Kara Dahl, Dr. Dallo, you have received a cast mug from RTE Studios. Congratulations. Dr. Dallo.
Oh, hey, what's up? I thought you said doll. I was like, okay,
I
cool.
have to ask you,
I was gonna say.
after this, send me your mailing details so I can mail that to you.
Sounds good.
And do you live in the U.S.?
I do.
All right, just send me those details and I'll get it shipped to you. We'll discuss that later. All right. Well, thank you, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, for joining us on Star Trek Ganymede Season 2, Episode 1, Premiere, Break of Dawn. Is there any other announcements from the cast or crew about anything specifically
No,
you'd like to say?
I think we're good.
All right, well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been saying that a lot. We'll see you next time Among the Stars. And remember, be empowered to play. Thank you, everyone. Bye.